Hello, this is BSJ, and this is going to be a very short summary of 7.07 and how I think it's going to affect the carry role specifically, and also my prediction for the heroes that will make the greatest jump in popularity as well as be the strongest heroes in the current meta. So the first change I want to say is that the XP granted for denies is now 25%. I think that this means that sacrificing the carry is no longer viable. Giving them just XP is not a thing anymore. I think securing the safe lane, along with a lot of the mid lane changes, removing the creep, makes it so that tri lanes or strong dual lanes, basically securing your safe lane, will be much more prevalent in the current patch, because if your carry gets denied every creep, they're not only not getting any farm anymore, but they're literally going to be like level 3 at 10 minutes into the game. So next thing is, it's not shown here, but the pull camps can no longer be stack pulled at 53. You have to pull them at the 30-second and the minute mark on both sides. So what that means for you is understanding the different pull timings, but also means that you can't stack pull. So to have a stack and a pull go off in the safe lane requires a support to be there, which in my opinion even further makes the safe lane an area that needs to be helped, and teams are going to be willing to put a lot more resources on their safe lane because of that. On top of that, melee creeps and range creeps are basically the same XP now. So because of the deny change, every creep is created equal. And I think because of the deny change, I would take a deny over a last hit against any opponent, like as long as my opponent is there any day of the week, because of the fact that they get literally nothing. In the past, I was getting 130% XP while they were getting 70%. Now, if you get all the denies and they get none of the denies, you're getting 125% XP and they're getting 25% XP. You are quintupling their level progression. So I think denies will be super important in any lane where the offlaner is trying to soak XP, and I think that will proceed to just not be a thing anymore. A lot of carries are either going to have to recover in the jungle, or the offlaner is going to have to recover in the jungle, because if one hero dominates the other, it's going to snowball out of control. So Poor Man's Shield was removed from the game. I think that makes a lot of heroes that previously relied on it much weaker. For instance, Monkey King is one that comes to mind. Will be much weaker in the early game, making them almost not viable in the laning stage. Bounty runes are now much closer to the safe lane and off lane. So that makes it so that I think bottles will become more of a safe laner item than it will for the mid. So I think carries that can buy bottle will be much stronger than they previously were. Based on the fact that I think a lot of supports will be in the safe lane, a lot of lane supports, and also the fact that it snowballs so hard in terms of XP advantage in the safe lane, I believe safe laners that benefit from all of the help, usually ones that have stuns or can deal a lot of damage during stuns, will be the most powerful safe laners in the current patch. Ones that benefit from being babysat and having a lot of help. Heroes that come to mind are CK. All of his talents are slightly better, and I think the meta shift will be much better for him. I think Ursa will be much stronger. I think he benefits from being babysat a bit, and then he turns into a lane dominator, and all of his talents are significantly better than they used to be. I think Viper will turn into a safe laner because of the rework of his Nether Toxin. I think that all of these heroes that were previously countered by the Purge of Diffusal, such as Ursa, Huskar, etc., will all be better because of the fact that it no longer purges their heal or their overpower, etc. And lastly, the heroes that stand out to me are ones that benefit from Hurricane Pike because of the Wraith Band replacing the recipe. Heroes like Drow, and then PL and Razor also look incredibly strong to me. Razor for the Hurricane Pike reason, but also because of the fact that he's so good at lane dominating with his denies that I think he'll be either mid or safe lane, but I think he's super powerful with the changes to Agi heroes as well as the deny XP. And then PL, because his talents and way he plays are pretty much the same. He doesn't mind the diffusal change because he wants to build one super early, and he can really benefit from not running out of charges. And then his level 25 talent gives him a Juggernaut crit that also works on all of his illusions for 30% bonus damage. So those are really the standout heroes in this patch for me. The last one that I think will be most potentially broken is Wraith King. They made it so his crit now has a passive to one-shot creeps, and when he one-shot creeps, he gets to summon skeletons every 50 seconds. And these skeletons do a ton of structural damage, and if you level the level 15 talent for more skeletons and the level 20 talent for 38 skeletons attack damage, you can solo Roche very quickly, as well as you can barrel down lanes. Basically, he's a hero that was previously ignored in terms of objectives, but now at the 5-minute mark with the catapult, in the late game, if you win one team fight, he's taking your buildings unless you respawn, and that makes a hero like Wraith King not ignorable, and that is just such a huge buff to a hero like that. And lastly, in terms of the tri-lane, something I forgot to mention, and also her talent buffs, I think Luna will be much better this patch because of all the talent buffs. So that's the brief summary I have for 7.07 on the carry role, and I'll be posting more videos specifically on heroes as updates, as well as new pull mechanics and how I believe it is best to win the safe lane. Last patch we talked about the range creep denies, and once I really figure out this patch, I will be bringing that video to you guys as well. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoyed my brief summary on 7.07.